out plants and stuff from the park or something. Seems like a lot of happy people, nice weather today. Although news-wise, you'd think it's completely different. Should be a good day today with Easter, but there's so much gloomy news. How about this one? It says, communities evacuated across Quebec as troops arrive to help with floods. I believe from this is because of things like the melting snow. It says hundreds more people across southern Quebec were forced to leave their homes last night because of a flooding that officials say will only increase as temperatures rise Sunday and melt more snow. Around 600 Canadian Forces troops have been deployed across the province, with some already at work Saturday night. That's a ton of people and damages to houses too. It says, as of Sunday morning, more than 1,200 people left their homes in evacuations and almost 1,000 homes flooded, the majority of them in communities south of Quebec City. And then this one was kind of interesting because I would imagine during a situation like that, an aerial view would be immensely helpful. And for drones, it says in certain areas, they advise residents that a drone would be operating in the area to assess the situation from the air. The Montreal metropolitan community is also using a plane to observe the extent of flooding. It kind of made me curious in that case whether or not that's just standard procedure to let people know that there will be something going around the area, I guess, to help out. Like in this case, the drone specifically? Or is it because a lot of people have, I guess, a negative reaction to a drone flying nowadays for a lot of people that they have to tell them, hey, this is like a quote, good drone. Because like with the airplane, I don't think they specifically advise people or warn people about it. I would imagine that situation too. If it's a flood, you'd be happy to see anything in the air, especially if you need help. I've read stories of just regular individuals using their drones to save people in these instances. So it makes you wonder, even with the regulations here, where there was that stipulation saying you could fly like in the controlled zones or whatever if someone gives you permission to do it. I guess whoever's in charge of the emergency rescue. So it'll be kind of interesting. I never heard that before. I haven't been able to fly as much as I wanted to just because of those errors. Even yesterday, when it started to go nuts, I basically just cut the flight short. And it was super windy and I didn't want to risk it. But so far, the only consistent errors are sometimes the gimbal doesn't start up even with no clamps and stuff. It'll say it's obstructed as if you had the clamp on. And usually it only spins in a circle when you are landing and going down. Then for some reason, the gimbal violently turns in one direction. Like for example, going way higher than it should, even though there's a limit, like a restriction on how high it should go, and then it goes nuts. Funny enough, I was just trying to read other potential reasons why that could be the case. Some people say it could be the SD card. I'm like, how can an SD card cause a drone to do that? I'm still using the one that they gave you, like when you bought the drone. So maybe I'll try that later on, and I'll probably try to do some of the stuff that you guys said too. For example, I guess blowing the gimbal out with some compressed air and all that. But so far, the gimbal is the common culprit whenever something goes wrong. Actually, let's see if I can replicate this when sometimes it seems the gimbal doesn't start right away. Okay, that should be a hint of something, right? Like there, it didn't start at all. I lifted up a little bit and then all of a sudden it started. Okay, today's flight seemed okay overall, minus that one hiccup in the beginning of the gimbal. You can even see in the gimbal area where it turns, it looks like it's all rusted, scratched, whatever you want to call it, just from excessive usage, I guess. I guess I should find a way to clean it, so to speak. Would air actually be enough for stuff like that? Alright, see you guys later.